Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday, March 9th. Or is it the 10th? I'm not sure. 2023 on this Friday morning. TGIF, as the thumbnail says. It is a cloudy gray day here in northern New Jersey with a temperature of 39 degrees. And it almost feels like snow, but it's not. Good morning, Gianni. How are you, buddy? Good to see you. I hope you're having a good morning. It's the 10th. Thank you, Johnny. I'm losing track of it. Why is my hair sticking up? My hair always sticks up in this one part here. And I can't get it to go down. Yeah, I gotta smash it. Well, that's a little better. Anyway, yeah, I lose track of the days, the date. The March is surely going very, very quickly. And don't forget, this Saturday, you got to turn your clocks ahead. Spring forward, fall back. Yeah, you busy? Well, you're in the food industry, right? You have your own store. Is it, Jeremy? You have your own store? I don't know. I know you're in the food industry, but I don't know exactly what you have. But spring forward, fall back. We gain an hour of light at nighttime, and it gets a little lighter in the morning. Oh, so you have a store? Is it like an Italian deli, Gianni? You know, that sells. With this lady wants to get back here. I'll get you get back. Like an Italian deli. Oh, okay, imported. Ooh, imported stuff. Wow, that stuff's expensive. Imported. Good stuff, but can be expensive. Hello, Evan. How are you? Yes, the weekend is here. And everybody who's working, like Gianni and myself, I don't know if you guys work on Saturday and Sunday. I used to. I don't anymore, so I'm happy to. Actually, I worked on the weekends, both Saturday and Sunday, for like 5 years. So that was like 7 days. No, not 5 years. I'm sorry, 3 years. It was like 7 days a week that I was working. I said, that's enough. I can't do that anymore. Yeah, you like this? You know what? I got this mug. I got this mug at the dollar store, believe it or not. I bought 2 of them. It's a great mug. It looks like it holds a lot of coffee, but it really, really doesn't. You know, it holds a normal amount. But yeah, for $1, you can't go wrong. I did 7 days a week for, you know what? At first I said 5 years, then 3 years. And that's totally wrong. It was 1 year, now that I think about it. 1 year, I did 7 days a week. And then I said, you know, that's it. I mean, you know, enough is enough. So now if I work on the weekend, it's only if they really, really, hi Nancy, how are you? If I work on the weekend, it's only if they really, really need me, or if I need some extra money, which is not, my place is great to work for. I mean, my bosses are great. You know, I have my own schedule. I can make my own hours. I don't have any stress. I'm on the road. I have downtime. What else? I can take off whenever I want. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better job. I wish I had this job like for 30 years, other than doing what I used to do, which was a planning analyst. But you couldn't, you know, I have great bosses. I really do. I can't complain. They're one of them is young. You know, he's like 37, and then it's his father. And they got a very good business. You know, the people up in the area that yeah, I'm very lucky. It doesn't happen a lot where you get great bosses, you know, and basically have the freedom that I have. And you know, you don't want to take advantage of the job. You know, you want to do what you're supposed to do because you want to keep your job, and you know, you appreciate what you have. You know, because it's very, very rare that you get good leaders, or good supervisors, or good managers, or good bosses. You know. So yeah, you don't want to ruin a good thing. You want to do what you're supposed to do, and that's it. You know. So yeah, I'm very fortunate. I mean, I happened to get this by accident. Well, actually, not by accident. I mean, I applied for it. I mean, nothing's by accident. I have to drink my coffee because every time I do a car live, my coffee gets cold. Have you noticed that? I noticed this right away, that when I do the shows in the studio, I look terrible. The lighting is, I can't, but when I do the car lives, I don't look bad at all. But when I do the studio shows, the lighting is so harsh, it makes me look so much older. And I don't use filters, because you can't use filter on those cameras. But yeah, lighting is very important. The lighting is so harsh. What are you gonna do? So yeah, like I said, I'm very fortunate to have that job. And like I said, if they really need me to go in, I was saying before that the clientele in the areas that I work in they're very affluent areas, and I mentioned this many times before. That those people up there, they're very nice. They're all very nice. They have no. I know it's the lighting, Gianni. I know. Believe me, I know about photography. For 50 years, it's the lighting. They are very nice. They're wealthy, and they can afford to have a night of catered food to them when they don't want to cook. I do. Well, now I do catering. I'll do the schedule, what has to be made, what clients are going to, what time they have to go into. Then I'll go and deliver it. And what I'll do is a lot of times I'll set up the food for them. Put the food in the pans of food in the trays, and then I'll light the sternos for them. I'll set everything up for them, set all the condiments up and all the salads and everything, and the knives and the forks and all that. And then I'll move on to the next client, who that may be. During the day, it's mostly corporate companies, that are having conferences, or they're doing lunch specials for their employees, because up in the area that I work in, there's a lot of corporate companies, and the place that I work for has a lot of accounts. So when I go into, it's funny because when I go into these corporate companies to do their catering and set up in their conference rooms, it reminds me of when I was in the corporate world, and sometimes I miss it, Well, you know what? Just let me see who's in the chat so I can say hello. Gianni's here. Hi, Gianni. Nancy's here. I said hello to you. Joey Melrose, how are you, buddy? Good to see you. Payne, good to see you. Now, they don't pay extra on the weekends. But you know what? I did work. Was it last weekend? No. It was 2 weeks ago. I did work on a Saturday. I went in specially to do a catering for Stevens University in Hoboken, New Jersey. And the catering was $4,000. So I set everything up, and something happened to me that I didn't expect, is that the gentleman there that was in charge of that tipped me, which is very unusual. And it was a nice tip. So I went in specifically just for a couple hours just to do that job. And it was nice, it was nice. But normally I don't go in on a Saturday and Sunday. I want the weekends off, But anyway, as I was saying, the people up there, they're very, it's an affluent area, I've even delivered to where Whoopi Goldberg lives. Not to her place, but to the surrounding houses of where she lives in Llewellyn Park in New Jersey. So, yeah, it's nice, when you go into somebody's home and like I said, during the day it's corporate, and then at night it's residential. When you go into people's homes at night, they have these big elaborate, I mentioned this before, they have these big elaborate kitchens with these islands, and their kitchens are the size of 2 living rooms. It's, with pots and pans hanging from the ceiling. You almost think it's a show place, but they do cook occasionally. But that's. I'm drinking. What kind of coffee am I drinking? I'm drinking Dunkin' Donuts coffee that I made in my Keurig. I have to cut back on buying coffee. I'm spending a lot of money on coffee. Believe me, it adds up. Like $125 a week on coffee. Come on, that's too much. At night when I go home, or sometimes in the morning, I'll do my finances because I'll use Excel. And everything is figured out. My expenses and salary and the budget and everything. And when you put things on paper, it really hits you. You get to see, how much money you're spending, where your money's going to, when you put it on paper. Because most people are not aware of a lot of times where their money's going to. But I use Excel a lot. I've used Excel for years. So I have this big, this spreadsheet, of course. In accounting, you list your bills, your liabilities, and your assets, and then you see everything is categorized. You see where your money's going to. And so I just looked. I said 180. No, what was it? Not, hold on a minute. It was 180 a month for coffee. It was like maybe what was it? 4 times 7 is 28. $28 a week for coffee, on top of the coffee that I buy at home. So that's $28 a week just spending alone at Dunkin' Donuts, and then it adds up during the month. That's $100 and something over. That's going to coffee when I got it home. But I love Dunkin' Donuts coffee. I drink a lot of coffee. But like I said, you don't realize where your money's going to until you actually put it on paper and can see. Then you say to yourself, oh man, I'm spending too much money on coffee. Like last night, right? I bought the wine for Anthony's show, and that was like $22. So that goes into the spreadsheet as a liquor expense, which is not a normal expense, but everything gets everything gets documented. But first, coffee. Who's that? Oh, hi, MB. MB, is it you or is it Joey? I'm going to ask that from now on. Coffee's important. Coffee's important. You're into a routine when you get up in the morning. Man, when you get up in the morning, the first thing you do is you make coffee. And when you got a Keurig, it's so convenient to put the cup in and make the coffee. Now, 2 days ago, I made the coffee on the stove, on the old percolator pot, because I actually ran out of the Keurigs. So I have an emergency can in my cupboard of chock full of nuts, and because I ran out of the Keurig, so I had to make it on the stove. And let me tell you something: there is nothing like coffee, percolated coffee, in an old-fashioned coffee pot on the stove. It makes the whole house smell from being percolating. The steam coming. Oh, it's so nice. It's a childhood memory. But hi Yanks, how are you? But yeah, it was nice, and it was nice. So I always have an emergency can of coffee in case I run out, like I did the other day. But you got to have coffee the first thing in the morning. You got to have coffee. Let's see who I'm missing here. Anybody? Am I missing anybody here? Yanks for life. How you doing, Mike John? How are you? Yeah, Mike John. It's old school. Oh, for sure. I grew up with that. There was no Keurigs back in the day. All the coffee was made on the stove. And I remember as a kid, I used to wake up, and the whole house. When I woke up, you could smell the whole house, because my mother and father drank coffee, and the whole house smelled the coffee from the steam from the percolating. So, Lauren, how are you doing? How are you doing? How's everything with you? Are you guys? I haven't seen you guys doing any shows unless I missed them. Hope all is well with you. Percolating. Yeah. I had to go online to buy the coffee pot because they don't sell the old coffee pots. Um, oh, do they, Lauren? Yeah, that's nice. There's nothing that beats that, man. And I don't, just seeing the coffee go into that little bubble, you know, and watching it fall back in and having the steam come out and making the whole house smell. It's such a good childhood memory. But you can't get those coffee pots unless you, for the most part, you have to order them online. That's what I did with mine. And, I don't like the electric ones that you plug in that percolate. Because they sell those too. I like the ones that go right on the stove. That's the only way. I'm sorry, that's the only way. And the coffee comes out strong. It comes out strong. It's not like a Keurig, So I want to tell you something, guys. Farberware, that's it. Thank you, Lauren. Farberware. See, that's why we need girls. That's why to help us guys out. I just want to tell you, I know that the whole week we've been mentioning air fryers. Well, I went home last night, first of all, okay? And I took out the cookbook. But I saw in the cookbook that you can download an app for the air fryer that I have. And I downloaded the app, and I got to tell you something. If you do buy an air fryer, most of them now come with a cookbook, but they also have an app that you could download for that particular air fryer. And I got to tell you, I made French fries last night. Oh my God. I made the Nathan French fries in the air fryer. They were so good. They were so friggin' good, I got to tell you. And so now I'm saying to myself, the little things that put a smile on your face and make you happy. Who the hell would ever think that making French fries in an air fryer would make me happy? But yeah, if you do buy an air fryer, and we've been talking about this all week, they'll give you a cookbook, but you can download the app, which is really great because the app, you can key anything in it and it comes right up. How to cook French fries, how to cook chicken cutlets, and so forth and so on. So yeah, I was in my glory last night. Nathan's French fries, oh my God, they were so good. So good. This is not a jacket, this is a shirt. This is a shirt. And believe it or not, you know where I got this shirt? You're not going to believe this. This is really nice. I bought a couple of these a couple of years ago. I got this at Costco. If you guys ever heard of Costco. Costco, I was shocked, has some nice stuff once in a while. Well, Costco has a lot of good things. Their meats are pretty good too. But, you would never think that Costco has nice clothes every once in a while. I mean, not everything is nice, but this was nice and the prices were reasonable. So I got this at Costco a couple of years ago. Thank you, Yanks. I appreciate that. Yeah. Hello, Christopher. How are you? So yeah, my recommendation to you guys, if you can afford to go out and buy an air fryer, they're relatively cheap, depending on what you want and the size of the bucket. The size of the bucket is important. You can download the app. I have a Philips air fryer. I downloaded the app last night, which I didn't even know I could do because I haven't touched the air fryer in 2 years. And like I said, I made the French fries. Oh my God, they were so good. Yes, Christopher, he did. Um, yeah, Costco has everything. Well, I'm a single guy, so I have to watch what I buy at Costco because there's a lot of things that you could buy in bulk. Like, you know what I would buy in bulk at Costco? I would buy the coffee. I would buy the Keurig cup, the Keurig cups. Um, so that's like one thing that I would buy. Because a lot of their things are in bulk. So when I go there, I have to watch what I buy. Because I don't want to wait. I don't want to waste a little food. Um, but yeah, you're right. Costco has a lot of good things, and you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. Don't knock it. I used to knock the dollar store and say, "Hi, Jess, how are you? Thank you for joining me." I used to knock the dollar store. You're not gonna believe what I just did. I just spilled coffee all over my shirt. Oh my God. Under my neck. I used to knock the dollar store. You don't, Lauren? Any particular reason why you don't use an air fryer? I didn't either. Mine is brand new. I had it on my counter for 2 years. When I bought it, I made French fries in it, and that was 2 years ago, and I only used it once. You know? But like I said, I made French fries last night. Oh my God, Nathan's French fries were excellent. But I used to knock the dollar store. I used to say, I'm not going to the dollar store. Everything in there is cheap, I was wrong. I buy all my paper products at the dollar store. All my paper products. I don't buy food there. The only food that I would buy at the dollar store are potato chips. They got good deals on potato chips and mixed potato chips and different kinds of chips and cheese doodles and things like that. And nuts and mixed nuts and candy, cards. They have Hallmark cards. It depends. But I buy all my paper products. The napkins, paper towels. They have Bounty paper towels. For $1.25. Of course, you don't get that much in the roll, but it depends on how much you use. But yeah, I used to knock the dollar store and say I'm never going there, but nah, I go there. I'm there at least twice a week, and the same thing with Costco. So don't knock it until you try it. In fact, I was here at the dollar store yesterday. Let me just see who's here, real quick. Let me just see. Where's Nancy going? Oh, Mike, you made shrimp in the air fryer and it came out good? Okay. Let's see. I know, Joey. I can't, Joey's saying he wants me to do a cooking show in the air fryer. First, I have to do the show on how to make sauce and gravy. Then I'll get to that. I'm actually waiting for a day like this on a Sunday where it's cloudy and gray and it's raining and it's not really a nice day to go out. That's the perfect day to make a video. Yeah, I spilled coffee on my shirt. What a jerk. I owe Jess an apology? Why? Why do I owe Jess an apology? Tell me why. Why do I owe Jess an apology? Jess, I owe you an apology? Why? Oh, okay. Yes, I did call her a troll. I didn't know. I apologize. I didn't know. Listen, sometimes I'm out of the loop. Sometimes I'm not aware, of certain things. And I did call her a troll. I thought she was a troll. And I do apologize, Jess. I do apologize. I'm sorry for saying that. Listen, a go home shirt. Oh my gosh. Jess, listen, thank you for coming in, Jess. Can I ask you, if you don't mind, you don't have to answer. I mean, it's up to you. How did you find out about me, and where are you located in Jersey? Now, it's up to you if you want to answer that, because I know a lot of people don't want to give out that information. But you sound like a van. So I always ask. I mean, that's up to you. But again, I apologize for calling you a troll because I didn't know. Hey, listen, I was in a show this morning, and Whose show was I in? Oh, I was watching a little bit of Tommy Stiggs' live drive, and who comes into the show? Sleepy Ralph. Sleepy Ralph was in Tommy's show this morning. In his car live. Okay. No, you know why? You know what, Joey? I don't wear the vest zipped up. Yeah, that's true, Jess. A lot of people I do that too. I watch shows and I don't comment. You never know who's watching. I do the same thing. Sometimes you feel like going in a chat. Sometimes you don't feel like, just watching it on the phone or on your TV. So I know where you're coming from. That's why when I do these car lives, when I end the show, immediately the statistics come right up. And it tells me immediately how many people, were watching this. So there's a lot of people behind the scenes that watch this show. No, Jess, you won't find drama in our shows, that's for sure. None of us, you know that already. You know that about Tommy Stiggs' show. Hello, Tommy. All right, I got to tell you, Tommy, you're crazy. Tommy likes days like this. All right, I like days like this when it's on a Saturday or a Sunday, and it's raining. I don't like days like this when it's during the week. So Tommy likes days like this, I guess, all the time. But I like days like this when it's cloudy and overcast, when it's Saturday and Sunday, and it's raining. That's why I was saying before that when I make the video on how to make sauce and gravy, I would do it on a Sunday or a Saturday where it's a day like this where it's raining. Because there's really not too much you can do on a day like this with this weather, But Jess, thank you for coming in, hon. I'm sorry. Listen, I was supposed to give up that word for Lent. It's just not happening. It just comes out naturally. It's part of my vocabulary. Jess, don't be offended. I call everybody hon. Even the guys. Oh my God. My God, stop. So yeah, I got this mug at the dollar store for $1. I bought a couple of them. It's real heavy. I mean, you could really knock somebody out with this mug. I paid $1 for it. I bought a couple of them. It's great. You can put it in the microwave, and it does hold a good amount of coffee. It does. Some of the pottery there at the dollar store is not bad. Another good thing to buy there is aluminum foil, and those aluminum tins that you make meatloaf in. You know, those different size aluminum tins are good to buy. If you don't want to make a meatloaf and you don't want to mess up your dishes, you use an aluminum tin. You know, so they got a lot of good things. You just have to, you just have to shop around. You know, watch out if you buy batteries there, though. Their batteries are not the greatest, and if you keep them in something that you put in, you got to take the batteries out because their batteries have a tendency to corrode. I know. Joey Melrose, good guy. All right, let me quickly just go into the chat here real quick and see. The pint of Guinness. Yeah, listen, I'm telling you guys. You got a dollar store near you, check out the dollar store. We have a lot in our area. You know, I don't know if they're nationwide. Okay. Well, Gianni, you have blue skies? Well, you're in Massachusetts. I don't understand that. Yeah, Jess, we're a little crazy sometimes, Jess. You know, we're a little crazy, but it's all in fun. You know, we have a good time. Sometimes our show are somewhat serious, with a little laughter. Sometimes they're not. But wait. Okay. Hey, oh, Lauren, are you having the boxing show this Saturday? Yes, Jess, don't be shy. We're very friendly here. Jess, all the listeners that you're seeing right now that are in my show are in Tommy's show, and Dindu's show, and Vito the Pitbull, and Anthony's show, the Wine Guild. They're all respectful. We're very friendly. They're all very friendly. You'll see that. There's no drama in our shows. Okay, so you are going to have a show. Okay, so you're going to have a fighting match this Saturday. That's good. Yeah, I haven't seen you guys on. I can't believe I spilled coffee. I spilled coffee all on my shirt. I hate that now. Now I'm going to have to wear the vest closed. Damn. Does Jess have a channel? Jess, do you have a channel? Do you do any shows? Well, I don't know. She didn't want to say where she's from, and that's all right, unless I just missed it in the chat. You know. But let us know if you have a channel. I don't know if she has a channel or not. And by the way, guys, drop your links if you'd like. I have a huge... Because Stiggs, they roll. Batteries roll. They roll and roll and roll and get hidden. That's why you can't find them. They roll. You must have hardwood floors, that's why. You drop the remote, boom, the batteries come flying out, they roll, and they just go to places that you wouldn't even look. So, but I'm telling you, guys, really, if you do go to the Dollar Tree or a dollar store, you got to watch when you buy the batteries, because they do have a tendency to run. And if you keep it in something like a remote control, or whatever, it's something that whatever uses batteries, you got to watch, because they have and you don't use that item, they have a tendency to run. They corrode, you know, because the dollar stores, they don't use. If you're gonna buy batteries from the dollar store, buy a name brand. They do sell Panasonic batteries. Try not to buy the no name brand. Buy the name brand batteries. You got to watch, you know, because I've had a couple of things. I've had a couple of batteries run on me. Where am I from, Jess? I grew up in Newark, New Jersey, and from Newark, New Jersey, I moved to Belleville, New Jersey, and then from Belleville, New Jersey, I moved to Nutley, New Jersey. But I grew up in Newark, New Jersey, when Newark, New Jersey was nice. So that's where I'm from. What are you guys saying in here? Hold on a second. I gotta shut this heat off. Oh my God. Oh. No, I don't have a channel, but I'm from. Oh, you're from PA, so you're close to us. You're close. You know what? When I hear PA, I always think what comes up right away is flea markets, garage sales. I love to go to flea markets. I love to go to garage sales. So when I hear PA, that's what comes to my mind immediately. You know, going to these roads that have these farm roads that have these shacks that are having like flea markets and garage sales. And I don't knock flea markets and garage sales because I found some great stuff at some of these places. I really did. So that's what comes to mind when I think of PA. Or Philly, you know, when you hear Philly, I think of the Philly cheesesteak, you know. Or what else? The big firecracker company that's in Pennsylvania. That's at the tip of New Jersey, and then you go into, you know, it's right at the tip of Jersey, and then as soon as you go over the toll, you're right into Pennsylvania, you're right at the firecracker company. But that's what comes to mind. And PA is nice. So you're not far. Maybe 45 minutes, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes. Who's talking about the rubber ducky? I don't get that, Jess. Wait, hold on a second. Jess, you're asking Tommy to drop his OnlyFans link? I don't understand what that means. Who's got an OnlyFans page? Stiggs, what are you holding out on us? No, that can't be. Does such a thing exist? I don't even know if such a thing exists. An OnlyFans page? Only just for fans? Well, that ain't gonna happen, Lauren, because I ain't gonna be getting naked, that's for sure. It ain't gonna be happening. No way am I getting naked on YouTube. What do you think? I'm one of those guys that send those pictures out? Guys are crazy. Absolutely crazy. Stiggs, I didn't know about that. You have an OnlyFans page? This is the first I'm hearing about this. I never saw that. I think you guys are pulling my legs. I think you guys are pulling my leg. Oh, this is definitely not Lauren. This is definitely Joey. Come on. for young folks. Listen, pal, I'm not that much older than you. Maybe by 30 years. I'm not, nah. You guys are crazy, man. I can't keep up with you. Hello, Brian. How are you? Good to see you. All right, guys, I got to pull over. Hold on a second. I got to go back to my original spot. I got a lot of time left here. A lot of time. Yeah, rubber ducky. What are you guys talking about, man? Jesus. Well, I'm not so sure about that, Lauren. I don't know if it's you or Joey. I can never tell. Yeah, good. Well, listen, you can have a fan page, but I'm sure not going to have a fan page and get naked on it, that's for sure. That's all I need to do. Guys are crazy. Look, let me tell you something, all right? You know what? This thing about subs, buying subs, you know, I did a show on this, okay? You can buy subs, yes, you can, from a third party, but they don't last. They're not going to last on you. They're not even going to reach your channel because they go into a folder, and when the analytics goes through, which goes through many times during the day, it picks up on these amounts of listeners that are in this folder. They're stored in a folder, and then it wipes it out because it recognizes that these subscriptions are not true. So, now anybody is willing to argue with me on that, that's fine. But if that was the case, I'd go and buy 1,000 subscribers myself, right? But you know, why spend the money if it's not gonna? And I mean, you know, the other thing too is, you know, you buy these subscriptions, these subscribers, you don't know who they are. You don't know if they're gonna like your show, or maybe they go into a pool, perhaps, of what people like. But they don't last. They don't. I'm telling you, they don't last. So you'd be wasting your money. Yeah. What happens is, I'll tell you exactly what happens. You can buy subs through third-party people. And then what it does is, when you purchase them, they go into a folder that is held. And Google Analytics goes through your channel many times a day. And because this is a program that is specifically written for this by their IT department. Okay, so it goes through your channel, and it goes through that folder that those subs are held in. Okay, it sees that they're not valid subscribers, that they've been put there, because when you buy subscriptions from a third party, they all go into a folder, and then their program wipes them out. YouTube's program, no, I said Google, I think. YouTube program wipes them out. So they don't last. So you're wasting your money. You're wasting your money. And to be honest with you, if you've reached 1,000 subscriptions organically, where you're able to monetize, why would you want to get more subscribers? I mean, there's got to be a reason why. There's got to be some kind of logic there as to why you want to obtain more subscribers, to make you look better on your channel. Because people say, "Oh, look at all the listeners he's got." Maybe there's some money involved. I don't know. I'm only telling you what I know as a fact. So, like I said, you can buy them, but they're not going to last. Or else I would have bought 1,000 already. I know. Listen, I have 56 listeners. If I wanted to buy subs and get up to 1,300, I would have bought 1,000, and then turn around and say, "Hey, listen, all right, maybe I monetize, But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm happy with what I have. Who's this? What the hell is this guy doing here? Holy sheesh! These drivers in Jersey are crazy. So I'm just going. Hey, good morning. Oh, you know what? The other thing I want to mention too is so my old subs aren't making more money. Wait a minute, hold on a second. Let me see what Christopher. Wait, was that Lauren? Okay, let me see what Lauren said here. I closed my channel with over 3,000 subs, then reopened it a year later with different content, so my old subs aren't watching too much. Okay, well, that makes sense. That makes sense. Jess. Good comment, Jess. Yeah, it's true. Well, you call it subs, that's good. At least you don't call it a hoagie. One other thing I want to say real quick, guys. If you don't have a crock pot, I don't know why I'm on this kick about talking about appliances and food. If you don't have a crock pot, you got to get one. You got to get one. Unless you have cooked something in a crock pot, you don't know what you're missing. Crock pots and crack pots are relatively inexpensive. But I have a crock pot, and I've made many things in it. Pot roast, corned beef and cabbage, beef stew. And I have to tell you, when you use a crock pot, the meat comes out so tender. And all you do is, you put it in the crock pot, you set it for the time that it's supposed to be, 4 hours, 6 hours, 2 hours on high, medium, whatever, and you walk away. You walk away. And then when it's done, it switches over to, if you have the one I have, it switches over to warm. So it keeps, after it cooks the food, it keeps the food warm. And I have to tell you something, the meat is like, it just like falls, it's so tender. The potatoes come out so tender. The carrots come out so tender. The celery, the onions, I mean, it's great. So, and I never used a crock pot in my life until I became single, so. But that's another great invention. And like I said, they're relatively cheap. Dean uses a crock pot a lot. He uses a crock pot a lot. So I would recommend that. Yeah, oh, that's right, Mike John, you're right. Well, I forgot to say, crock pots do make your house smell nice. Whatever you're cooking, like, about 2 weeks ago I made corned beef and cabbage. So, it's in the crock pot and it's cooking. And I went out. Although I'm a little hesitant about going out and have the crock pot on. I have this fear of a fire. So I went out for a couple hours, and when I came home and I opened up that door, my God, my whole place smelled of, was it corned beef? No, it was pot roast. It smelled so good. My whole house smelled the pot roast. It was so good. Now, that's if you can afford it. You can get one that you can get it online. They're relatively cheap. They're all different types. I would recommend getting one with a deep bowl. you know. But they're a great appliance to have. That and the what do you call it? The air fryer. And I also have the George Foreman grill, which I haven't used. I haven't even used that yet. So I don't know why we're on this kick, but food and stuff and appliances. But it's been all week. What are we talking about here? Doxing? What's going on here? Who's that? I don't know. I don't know where Dindu is. He does. Sometimes he pops in. Sometimes he doesn't. You know, it depends. Whatever he's doing. I'm trying to catch up what you guys are saying, because he's going to get clipped in that parking lot. I've been in some heated meetings in the pizza joint. All my friends, no, I'm not going to get clipped. Let me tell you something. My friends are right there across the street in that Krausers. All my buddies. um, there has been some good meetings in that pizzeria. That's all I could say. Um, there's been some good meetings there. But all my buddies are right across the street. I picked this spot to do my car lives because I come to this Dunkin' Donuts every morning faithfully. So, like I said, my car, where it's parked right now, all I have to do is just sit here all day long, and people will come by and talk to me because they know me. You know, say hello, talk to me, wave, you know. So this is a great place for me to do a car live, because before I do the car live, I go to Dunkin' Donuts. I get out of the car, listen to this. I get out of the car, they see me, they have my coffee waiting for me. I don't even have to ask them for anything, because they know me, because I come here, I'm a regular, I come here every day. They know how I like my coffee, small black, milk on the side, and that's it. Then I come back here. So, actually, this Dunkin' Donuts that I'm at is I was their very first customer to walk through their door. They still have my $20 bill. And that was in 2008. You should bring some, wait a minute, Ralph, you should bring some bird seed throw them at the car. Oh, I gotta tell you something. When I'm parked here, the birds shit all over my car, because there's an overhang. You see, I'll show you. Let's see. Can I turn this around? Let me see. Yeah, I can turn this around. There's an overhang here. There's a gas station there, right? So there's an overhang up there. Now the birds will hang up there. So when I park my car here, right, the birds all shit on my car. And I always forget. So then I always have to go to the car wash. And sometimes I'll go to the car wash and get the car washed, and I'll come back here to get another cup of coffee and forget, and the birds will shit on my car again. So I can't win. Making my own now? Oh, Jess, Boston cream is good, Jess. You don't eat donuts? Yeah, Dunkin' Donuts, I'm not crazy about, and I'll tell you why. Because their donuts, to me, taste of the oil that they fry them in. I always get that oil taste. And they skimp. They skimp on the jelly donuts. They skimp on putting the jelly into the donut. They skimp on putting the cream into cream donuts. They skimp a lot. They're not the greatest. And if you get their glazed donuts, I find that the glazed donuts taste exactly like the oil that they fry it in. And at this location here, they don't make the donuts fresh on location. They have them shipped in from another store. You know, the best kind of donuts to buy, I don't know if they're located all over, are Krispy Kreme. Krispy Kreme donuts are excellent. They're a little expensive, but you know, to me, that's my opinion. They're one of the best. You know? But Dunkin' donuts are pretty shitty. I'll tell you what's good. Their hash browns are good. I get their hash browns every once in a while, but that's about it. That's all I get. Other than coffee and hash browns, that's it. I don't get any of the donuts. You know, I'm not a big cake eater. Not that that means anything, but I'm just saying the donuts are pretty lousy to me anyway. You know, to each his own. Right. What? What? What are you guys are talking about? Bathing suits? It's super cheeky and stuff. Come on. What are you talking? Well, you're doing girl talk now. You're doing girl talk on my show. It's cheeky. I got a nice bathing suit. You telling me that bathing suits are out already? Yeah, you're probably right. What's this, March? Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Summer wear is probably out already. I got to tell you, some of the bathing suits, I mean, if you go down to the Jersey Shore and you go to Seaside Heights, it is unbelievable what the girls wear on the boardwalk and on the beach. I mean, it's just like, why even wear anything? Why even wear anything? You know? You might as well just put on a pasty on your boobs and a pasty, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's you know, some of them have great figures, some of them don't. You know, it depends. But it's just unbelievable, you know. And come on, you know, if you're a guy, I mean, I mean, if you're married, you know, you don't be doing that stuff, you know. Or if you got a girlfriend, you know. But if you're single, I mean, you know, that's a different story. But it's unbelievable what these girls wear today, the teenagers and the you know, in their 20s and 30s. I mean, listen, if you got the figure for it, I mean, you know, what can I say? I certainly wouldn't want to be I certainly wouldn't want to have a girlfriend walking on the boardwalk in a bathing suit that's got like that's got hardly anything on. You know that everybody and their mother's going to be looking. That's going to cause a problem. Oh, you go to the Jersey Shore, Jess? I tell you, the Jersey Shore, one of the most beautiful places to go to is Cape May. Cape May is really beautiful. It's the tip of New Jersey, and you could take a ferry into Ocean City, Maryland, or you could take your car on the ferry and go into Ocean City, Maryland, if you want to stay there. But Cape May is really beautiful. It really is. They have a lot of old homes, a lot of bed and breakfasts, which are great, a lot of history, a lot of ghost stories, a lot of ghosts, if you like that kind of thing, a lot of ghost tours. You know, I like that kind of thing. There's a bed and breakfast there that I stayed at, which is called Angel by the Sea. It's expensive, but it's one of the most beautiful bed and breakfasts in Cape May. If you ever want to look it up, it's called Angel by the Sea in Cape May. It's beautiful. I think it's about $300 a night to stay there, and it's probably gone up by now. But it's one of the best there. Yeah. So you like Cape May, Jess? Oh, so you've been down there? Okay. You've been down there. Yeah, it's beautiful. I love Cape May. I love the center of the center of Cape May. where the clock is, where the Christmas store is on the corner. The Christmas store is really nice. They have a lot of nice restaurants. It's very quaint. There's a lot of horse and buggy rides. There's a lot of cobblestone streets where you could hear the click clacking of the horse and buggy. You know, it's really nice. It's really nice. It's clean. The beach is very long. The sand, you know, is very long to get to the water. You know, it's white. It's really beautiful. Really beautiful. If you haven't been to Cape May, you have to go there. You have to go there. I don't see anybody's light strobing, Gianni. I don't know what you're talking about, buddy. Uh, Brighton Beach is nice, Jess. Oh, you like to gamble? Okay. Yeah, gambling's good once in a while. Atlantic City, I'm not really crazy about Atlantic City. I mean, I haven't been to Atlantic City in about, Jesus, I don't even remember. It's got to be 40 years. I'm not a gambler, but I think it's been a long time since I've been to Atlantic City. What island? Oh, island, Lauren. You're talking about Long Beach Island? I'll tell you another great place to go to in down the Jersey Shore is a town called. Why is this? Oh, I don't know why this. You're right. The lights are strobing. I don't know why. They're not strobing in front of me, but yet they're strobing on the camera. That's weird. Love Ladies is a very nice place to go to too. Very affluent area, very expensive, but really nice. I don't know why his lights are. They're not strobing in front of me. That's crazy. Wait, what? Now, let me make sure I understand what island you're talking about. Are you talking about Long Beach Island, guys, or Island Beach? There's two. I didn't delete Sticks. Well, wait a minute. What happened here? Message created. Message deleted by Wise. Oh, what the hell did I do? I deleted his message by accident. See, with the phone. Sorry, Tom. No. Oh, Fire Island. Okay. Yes, Fire Island. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. I've been there. Fire Island is very nice. I'm going to assume I'm going to assume that all these places now, like all these bed and breakfasts that I mentioned, and all these places, these hotels and everything that you're going to stay, I'm going to assume that all these prices have risen. And why wouldn't they? So, you know, these places are going to be very expensive. Like I said, the place that I stayed at down in Cape May, the Angel by the Sea, was $300 a night. That's $300 a night. You know, I bet you have breakfast served and everything. It's a beautiful place. Um, and God knows how much it is now. But if you ever want to look it up, in Cape May, it's Angel by the Sea, bed and breakfast. Even I mean, it's old Victorian. It's huge. It's like a mansion. They have so many rooms in there. Um, but like I said, I'm going to assume that all these places, the prices have risen because what else? Everything else has gone up. But, all right, guys. So we talked about a lot of things today. Lauren and Jess had their own conversation, talking about bikinis and stuff and women wear. Doing women talk in my chat. Talked about Costco. Talked about, what else we talked about? Dollar store. Talked about food. Talked about crock pots, air fryers. A lot of topics. A lot of topics. I do recommend, again, for like the sixth time, I do recommend, if you don't have an air fryer, I do recommend getting one if you have never used one. It's the greatest thing. I do recommend getting a crock pot. And whoever mentioned before that the crock pot, when you do cook things in it, it does make the house smell so nice depending on what you cook in it. The meat comes off like you wouldn't believe it. And these two items are relatively non-expensive. It depends on the kind that you get. But if you get an air fryer, my recommendation, and for the crock pot, is to get the bowls that are deep. Okay? Get the crock pot that is oval, not round. Okay? You'll see the difference as opposed to the round crock pot, as opposed to an oval crock pot. The oval crock pot is better. And if you get an air fryer, make sure that the holding pan is a deep one, and you can hold pretty much a lot of things in it. So that'll depend on the price too, on how deep the bowl is. But those are my two recommendations that Ralph recommends, if you can afford them, you know. But you won't be sorry. Yeah, wait a minute, that's Joey, that's my next thing. Maybe I should do an infomercial. I feel like E. Merle. I'm just passing it along because I've used them and I know how easy it is and what a great quality they of things that they do. And believe me, listen, I said this before, I learned how to cook on YouTube, from YouTube. And some of my friends, of course, my lady friends, helped me out. But I learned mostly how to cook from instructional videos on YouTube. So, you know, I think one time I keyed in how to make pot roast. And what came up was how to make pot roast this way, how to make pot roast in a crock pot. And I said, crock pot, okay. So I went to that video and looked and I said, gee, I got to go buy a crock pot. So I did. You know, so that's how I learned. You know, I'm just passing along information. You know, I mean, whether you do it or not, it's up to you. It's worth looking into. I mean, you know, you're learning something. The other day on my show, people were talking about different dishes. You know, we have all that. I can't pronounce this word. Antenticities. I have a hard time pronouncing that word. All different nationalities on my show. So we were talking about different dishes that everybody makes. So, you know, some of the dishes that they were posting, what they do, it sounded good. You want to try it out. Or some of the dishes that I was saying, you want to try it out. You know, so you learn a little something. Nobody says you have to do it. You know what? I don't know why my screen is not. I couldn't cook. My ex-wife cooked all the time. I mean, I could make certain things. I could make easy things. Like I never thought I would be making gravy or sauce or frying chicken cutlets or veal cutlets because I did not cook. My ex-wife always cooked. So I didn't bother learning how to cook because, you know. So, but of course, you know, when you're thrusted into a situation where you have no choice, it's either you learn how to cook or you go out and have takeout all the time. And I wasn't doing that because that could be costly. So I learned how to cook. And I actually enjoy now learning cooking. I was a disaster when I was first learning. My kitchen was a mess. I had pots and pans all over the place. So, and now I'm a good cook. You know, it's 10 years, I'm a good cook, so. All right, guys, listen, I enjoyed this show this morning. It was on a long time. Jess, thank you for coming in. Don't be a stranger. I'm going to assume that you are a listener of mine now. So thank you for coming. You're very, very nice. NB, thank you for coming in. Arms, Stiggs. Who else? Gianni. Trying to remember the names by heart. Click, click. Did she ever get a break from the kitchen? No. The only thing that if you're talking to me, that question is toward me, is that the only thing that I did was the dishes, and then after dinner, I made the coffee. That's the only thing. And sometimes on a Friday, I would cook certain things though, like the dish that I talked about yesterday or the day before that, the eggs and peppers and onions, scrambled eggs, peppers and onions on Italian bread. But I didn't cook. I wanted to learn. I started to learn. She started to teach me, and then I just lost interest because she was such a great cook. So. And actually, at one point in time, I wanted to go to culinary school to learn how to cook. Like, I think it was like 15 years ago. But now I enjoy it. I really do. I never thought I enjoyed cooking. I couldn't even imagine that. And the things that I make now, I would never imagine making them, when she was cooking. But like I said, I did the dishes, and, I set the table, I did the dishes, and I made the coffee afterwards, so she could relax. Be that as it may. Let's see. Where's the snow? We're getting snow and the bad weather? Where we're getting that? Don't be panicking, everybody, Tommy. Guys, I can't see what you're writing because my screen is black. I don't know why. Oh, you know what I mentioned yesterday? I think I mentioned this yesterday, since we're on the thing with food and stuff. Another economical dish to make and very easy is spinach and potatoes. And it's delicious. I don't know if you guys ever had that. It's an old school dish. It's very economical. Hi, how you doing? It's very economical and very filling. That spinach with potato, you make potatoes like you're gonna make mashed potatoes. Only you would cut the potatoes up and boil them. All right, and instead of mashing them, you would mix it in with the spinach. Now the spinach you got to have garlic in the spinach, salt and pepper, garlic, salt, seasoning, and you mix the potatoes in with the spinach. And if you want to mash the potatoes when it's in your dish, you could do that, or you could eat the potatoes whole. Really good dish. I should do a video on that too. That's another old school dish. All right, now that I made everybody hungry. I'm going to have to look at the weather now, Tom. You're saying that we got snow on the way? Well, that's par for the course. What can I tell you? I mean, read the chat. You'll remember. I can't see the friggin' chat. My screen is dark. I don't know why. All right, don't forget that like button. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. I'm sure most of you are. Make a comment about the show, but do whatever you want to do. I hope you enjoyed this car live. Now I'm going to have to check the weather after I get off here and see what's in store for us. Because if we got snow coming, it may be a good weekend. If it's going to happen on the weekend, it may be a good opportunity for me to make a couple of videos. Oh, that's interesting, Jess. Okay. All right. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. um, you guys have a great day wherever you are. Stay safe. Be good. I got to get my day started because I got a long day today. I'm working till 8:30 tonight. It's going to be a long day. Friday is one of the busiest and longest days of the week for me. So it's going to be a long day. All right, guys. Thank you so much, Lauren, everybody, Chris, Yanni, Tommy, Jess. Don't be a stranger. Jess, I think I told you this, Jessica. My other show is on a Sunday night at 7 p.m. The car lives are during the week, but my other show is on a Sunday. Lauren, thank you for coming in. Always nice to see you. And everybody else. All right, guys. You guys stay well, and I'll see you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye now.